baseball this afternoon. The Angels are back at Tempe Diablo Stadium, getting ready to face the NL West San Diego Padres. Beautiful day in the valley. Things are heating up. Temperatures expected in the high 80s today as the Angels get ready to take on San Diego. Terry Smith along with Mark Gubasal. And Mark, Angels playing some very good baseball here in the Cactus League. A win yesterday against the AL champion Indians. Another comeback win. The Angels have certainly had their share of them this spring, and it might get a little bit better today, hopefully, because Albert Pujols returns.
As Pink Floyd would say, welcome to the machine. The machine is back for the Halos. Having Albert back already, consider where we thought he was going to be in spring training or when he was going to get some ABs. And, you know, when you think we did last year, those numbers, outstanding power numbers, 31 home runs, 119 RBI, 159 hits also for the machine. So he was driving the ball very well at times last year, even to right center field, up the middle, power stroke to left field. Also, again, 31 home runs as Albert gets closer and closer to that magical number 600 as far as home runs in his career. Just 9 home runs shy of 600 career, 175 hits, Terry, away from 3,000 hit club, 309 career batting average. The RBI totals. He is a hit machine. Worked real hard to get to this point. Getting ready to go. Excited to see him play today.
Albert will DH today, maybe 2, possibly 3 at-bats in the lineup for the very first time. And Jose Mota had a chance to visit with Albert earlier this spring.
It's about being healthy. You know, last year we had a great team in spring training, and, you know, we broke camp with the 25 guys that were ready to go. And, you know, 2 days, well, a week after, you know, we got 2 guys, you know, breaking down. And I think you can build a championship ball club, but if those guys don't stay healthy, it's hard to replace those guys.
Well, the right foot has been the issue in recent years for the Angels DH first baseman. He's had that right foot operated on twice in the last 2 years. Dave Hansen, of course, is the Angels hitting coach, and he tells Mark why the decision was made to bring Albert in today in Game 13 of the Cactus League.
I think that on Albert's timetable, today's the day. You know, I don't think it was any particular part of the schedule. I just think in the progression of him getting back on the field that he's at that point where we need to start testing it. You know, probably get a few games in a row, maybe one off day. I don't know how that will go, but in order to get his at-bats that he needs to come out of spring training and be ready for opening day, then today's the day. So he's in there. He'll be ready to go. Albert is a quick healer. He's very impressed that he's where he's at right now. To me, it's amazing. So I'm excited for it. I hope everybody else is too.
Oh, no doubt about it. What are you seeing so far in his swing? I know batting practice and things like that. What are you seeing from his swing at this particular point?
I tell you what, it's right where it was the last 3 years. You know, right in the middle of spring training, he's locked in. You know, short, he's quick, he's powerful, he's got his legs under him. So hopefully we'll keep his legs going to where he's progressing into opening day with a full head of steam.
Well, so what are you looking for today as far as the timing, trying to hit the ball up the middle, out the way? What are you trying to think? I know we're getting some grief here for you right now to get ready for the game, so what are you looking for him as far as where they place the baseball?
Yeah, we're looking for really just solid contact, make sure he gets his hands through the ball and stay in the middle of the field. Keep it simple.
Well, it'll be good to see Albert back in the Angels starting lineup. First appearance for him so far this spring. Most of the regulars in the lineup for the Angels today as well, as the Angels get set to host the Padres. J.C. Ramirez will get the start today for the Angels. Clayton Richard will go for San Diego. The Angels and the Padres here today at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Fans are flocking in for baseball. Should be a good one today as the Angels try to keep their hot winning ways going today here in Cactus League action. The lineups, the start of the game coming up next on Fox Sports West.
understanding of the baseball game today between the San Diego Padres and your Angels. Leading off today for San Diego, Travis Jankowski playing left field, batting first. Batting second, playing second base, Carlos Asuaje batting second baseman. Francie Cordero playing center field and batting third. Batting fourth, playing first base, Brett Wallace. We know him quite a bit from his days with the Astros. And batting fifth, catching, Hector Sanchez. Batting sixth and playing right field, Jabari Blash. Big power numbers already here in spring training for San Diego. And batting seventh, playing shortstop, Luis Sardinas. And batting eighth and playing third base, Alan Cordoba. And batting ninth at DH, Jose Perella. And pitching for Clayton is going to be Clayton Richards for San Diego today. And the Angels, with J.C. Ramirez on the mound, of Cole Calhoun batting first in right field, Mike Trout in center field batting second, Albert Pujols, the machine, batting third, DHing. Cameron Maybin out in left field today batting fourth. C.J. Cron batting fifth and playing first base. Jeffrey Marte, the Parte, batting fifth and batting sixth and playing third base. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Cliff Pennington. And batting eighth and catching, Carlos Perez. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, David Fletcher. Again, J.C. Ramirez on the mound. And take it over for Terry Smith to bring you the call.
All right, Mark, we're just about ready to go. Dimensions here at Tempe Diablo Stadium, 340 down the left field side, 420 to dead center, 360 deep right field down in that corner, and the power alleys are big here at Tempe. 400 feet. We're ready for baseball. Here's the first pitch today, and it's chopped right towards second. Charging is Fletcher, who's getting the start out there for the Angels today, and he'll throw to first base. And Travis Jankowski retired on the game's first pitch. 4-3 ground out. And the next batter will be the second baseman, the left-handed hitting Carlos Asuaje. Who's in, who's out? It's brought to you by In-N-Out Burgers. That's what a hamburger is all about. And as far as who's in the lineup for the Angels, we'll get to that when the Angels step up. But at third base today, it is Jeffrey Marte out of the lineup. We talked about Yunel Escobar. He's gone back to complete the paperwork, I guess, as far as becoming a U.S. citizen. He's in South Florida today. He should be back with the Angels tomorrow when the Angels will be in action against the Dodgers at Camelback Ranch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Asuaje lines one off the pitcher, and that ball is going to carry him into right field, and we'll see if everything's okay there with Ramirez. That was a low line drive. I guess he got a little bit of glove on that one, and he appears to be okay.
Yeah, one of those ground balls you work on all spring training long. The PFP drill right off the leg and into right field for a base hit. As a hitter, when you're trying to do a stay back in the ball, use the middle part of the field. That's exactly what he did. It looked like JC was almost in position to make the play, but unable to do so. Ends up being a base hit.
So an infield single for Asuaje, and Cordero will be the next batter. Asuaje, who's on at first base, he has a pretty good speed. Played a little bit last year for the Padres, most of last year for AAA. And here is a pickoff toss over to first, and back to the bag goes Asuaje.
Yeah, he has good speed already. A couple stolen bases in spring training.
Infield playing it at double play depth. Franchi Cordero is the batter, a left-handed hitter. And he takes that pitch for a strike. It's the perfect time and temperature for some Major League Vino. Bring in Madalena Cabernet or Madalena Chardonnay for the win. It's found at the Big A in your favorite retailer. Game time temperature today 85 degrees. The first pitch was at 12:08 Pacific time.
Yeah, a lot of left-handed batters to start this game against J.C. Ramirez. Big thing for him, though. And even talking to Charles Nagy, his best pitch, that two-seam sinking fastball, should come into play. Work that fastball down and away, get a couple ground balls to your middle infielders.
And a toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes the base runner Asuaje. Around the infield, the Angels have C.J. Cron playing first base. David Fletcher, the second baseman. Jeffrey Marte at third with Cliff Pennington at short. Here's the next pitch, and that's tipped foul right by the plate. Cameron Maybin is the left fielder. Mike Trout in center. Cole Calhoun in right. The catcher is Carlos Perez. Albert Pujols, first game this spring, the DH. And J.C. Ramirez, 28-year-old right-hander, who's making his second start this spring. He's also worked once in relief on the hill. Here's the next pitch, and that is low and inside.
More than likely the starting outfit you're going to see opening day for the Angels. A lot of speed, a lot of coverage in the outfield for the Angels with that speed with Maben, Trout, Calhoun.
So it's a 2-2 count here on Cordero, and again a toss over to first base. Top of the first inning. It's being brought to you today by Rennick Subaru. Don't forget, for Subaru, don't forget the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Think Rennick first. Rennick, R-E-N-I-C-K, Subaru.com. And the next pitch, and a late swing on that one by Cordero. He struck him out. Boy, he was way behind on that one.
Yeah, almost anticipating something off speed. A little quick pitch from J.C. Ramirez had some good velocity on the fastball, gets him by him.
So
good part of the plate also with that cheese.
Yep, first strikeout for Ramirez. Brett Wallace, the first baseman, cleanup batter. He was with the Padres a year ago, reserve player. But in 119 games, runner goes, throw down to second base, and safe at second will be the base runner. It's a stolen base for Azuaje. Pennington was on the receiving end. At second, the shortstop, and the ball and the runner got there about the same time. Ball got away right near the bag.
Yeah, Perez with a real quick on the transfer. A little bit of a low throw right towards the runner. If he's able to scoop and tag, he's probably going to get him. That was a quick release by Carlos Perez, but Pennington unable to hold on to that one hopper.
Here's the next pitch. That's low and inside. As successful as the Angels catchers have been so far this spring throwing out would-be base stealers, it's almost a surprise not to see one thrown out at second.
Well, it's great watching those guys. They work so hard even early part of the morning before batting practice.
There's a pickoff toss, and it was a little bit wide of the bag. Easily diving back safely as the base runner is Wahe.
A good daylight play put on by Cliff Pennington. Shortstop throws the glove out. As a pitcher, you pick that up, spin around as quick as possible. Although J.C. Ramirez, when he followed through on that throw, didn't have that direct line towards the base.
Here's the next pitch. That's way outside. Here today on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Want to welcome our viewers on Fox Sports San Diego. Now,
yes, indeed.
We were on there about a week and a half ago. You have to realize we're the Angels announcers here, so we're going to be a little bit partial today.
Yeah, we know Mark Grant's on his way out here, so we have to be pretty partial.
Yeah. We'll try and walk a straight line as much as we can, but we're obviously rooting for the team in red today.
Yeah, the old Dapper Don Arcillo is here today also.
He'll kind of keep us on the straight line,
yes.
I guess. Here's the 3-1, and that is outside, so the inning will continue. It's a 2-out walk. They have him at first and second. And Hector Sanchez, the switch hitting catcher, who's had just one hit so far this spring for the Padres, 1 for 12. He will be the batter.
And always something to look out for when you're watching J.C. Ramirez throw. Elevated pitches is not part of his game. That means he's flying a little bit too quick. The elbows dropping, dragging through in the follow through. He wants to be working downstairs with all his pitches.
Here's the delivery, and it's a cut and a miss for strike one.
He's got that great late life on the fastball when it's the lower part of the strike zone. When it's upper part, almost like Garrett Richards is the same thing. When it's the upper part of the strike zone, it flattens out, it becomes more hittable. Even though it's still firm, better movement lower part of the strike zone.
Here's the 0-1 delivery, and it's hit well into right center field. Chasing is the Angel outfielders, and that ball is going to bang off the scoreboard. That is a home run. Well, Trout and Calhoun were in pursuit, but no one could come close to catching that one. Sanchez had only one hit this spring. He's just hit a 2-out, 3-run homer.
Well, so often you see those 2-out walks come back to haunt you as a pitcher, especially you have 2 outs. You have a man in scoring position, but a little bit try to be too fine with Brett Wallace, and then Sanchez. Baseball got out quickly. You could tell by the reaction of Cole Calhoun. He knew that was going a long way.
At the plate now is Jabari Blash, and he takes that one on the outside corner. 3-0 San Diego here in the top of the first. And the next pitch from Ramirez, that one is a fastball low and away.
Blash with some great numbers, power numbers already in the spring for the Padres. 3 home runs, 11 RBI.
Right-handed batter, and the next pitch, he chops that one foul off the end of the bat, rolls foul up the first base side. Blash spent a little bit of time last year with the Padres. He's a big guy. He goes about 6'5". He's hit a lot of home runs in the minors in the past. He was with the Mariners organization for a few years. And the pitch, there's a check swing, and that one rolls foul over by the Angels coaching staff not far from the Angels on deck circle. So the count is 1-2.
And most times when we see a young hitter with power like he has, susceptible to a breaking ball. And ahead of the count like Ramirez is right now, it's a time where you expand the strike zone to get a swing and miss.
Here's the next pitch, and he takes that one. That's a called third strike. Got him looking, and that's how the inning went. A couple strikeouts in the inning for Ramirez, but he allowed the 3-run homer. And as we go to the bottom of the first, Padres up on the Angels 3-0 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Calhoun is the Angels leadoff batter here today, and he is digging in against Clayton Richard. And the first pitch, that's in there for a called strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. Richard has had one start so far this spring for the Padres, and he got knocked around. He gave up 8 hits in 1 inning, 6 earned runs. And here's his next pitch, and that's on the outside part of the plate, and it's taken for a strike, so the count jumps to 0-2. Calhoun's hitting a little over 350 this spring. Trout and Pujols will follow. We'll run down the Angels lineup for you after the next pitch, and here it comes, and a swing and a miss, and Cole chased a high one there, struck him out swinging, so 1 away. Calhoun, the right fielder, is the leadoff man. Mike Trout is getting ready to bat, hitting in the 2-hole. He's the center fielder. Albert Pujols will DH today and bat third. And Cameron Maben in left field hits cleanup. C.J. Cron at first base bats 5th. Jeffrey Marte at third base bats number 6. Cliff Pennington is the shortstop hitting 7th. Carlos Perez, the catcher, bats 8th. And young David Fletcher getting the start at second base. Danny Espinosa has the day off. Fletcher will bat number 9 at second. Here's Trout taking that one, and it's in there, and Richard starts off the ball game pumping in some strikes.
Yeah, another starting pitcher. You see that abbreviated windup he has, at least in a stretch position, to be able to make sure he maintains balance.
Here's Trout lifting one foul down the right side, backing out of play. Richard has a little bit of hesitation in that delivery, and then he kind of slings it in there.
Yeah, he's got good deception. He hides the baseball as long as possible, not overpowering. Got a good changeup. And that's an important pitch for him, so you'll be able to hide the baseball better.
There's one that's high on Mike Trout. Richard with the Cubs and the Padres last year combined to go 3-4. Most of his appearances last year came in relief. ERA last year was 3.33, and the pitch grounded on the right side. It's gobbled up by Azwahe, the second baseman, and Trout is thrown out. So 2 up, 2 away. And the batter will be Albert Pujols, first time up this spring.
And a good ovation. Amazing that he's able to be able to end this game here at this particular point. Dave Hansen said it best in our pregame before the game started the game. Just look in the middle of the field. Get the timing going on a swing.
There's the pitch on Albert, and he takes the first one inside for ball 1. Pujols now in his 6th year with the Angels. Had 31 homers, drove in 119 last year. And the pitch, he chops it on a high hop to third. He's going to be an easy out at first base. The throw by Cordova gets Albert easily, and the Angels have a quiet bottom of the first. The second inning is next. 3-0 Padres on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Here we go to the second. 3-0 Padres. The Angels have made a change at shortstop, and Matt Williams has taken over for the starting shortstop, Pennington. So we'll see why he left. He never batted. He was involved in some action in the field in the top of the first inning, so I'm not sure why there was a change. We'll find out if it was injury related. At the plate is Sardinas, and he chops one right to second. It's handled cleanly by Fletcher, and the throw is in time for the first out.
That's exactly what you want to see from J.C. Ramirez, getting those ground balls off towards the end of the bat. Fletcher able to feel that top little hop, get the first out of the inning.
So the next batter up for San Diego will be Alan Cordova. He is a third baseman, and he pops this one in the air. Easy play in right field. Coming in is Cole Calhoun. Couple of pitches, couple of quick outs. Want to remind Angel fans, long live the hardworking, the proud, the tenacious, and long live the trucks that are as dependable as the people that drive them. Right now, get a great deal during the Ram Truck Month.
Outstanding read there, Terry.
So J.C. Ramirez trying to get out of this inning, maybe a handful of pitches. That one is right in there for a called strike. He threw 20 in the first inning. That's pitch number 4 here in this inning. This is Perella at the plate. His first at bat. Jose Perella chops the ball right to the new shortstop. Williams plays it and throws him out, and the inning is over. So just a handful of pitches here for Ramirez in a 1-2-3 second inning. The bottom of the inning is next. 3-0 Padres on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Cameron Maben leading it off. The Angels cleanup batter today takes the first pitch from Richard for a called strike. Here's the lefty's next pitch, and that one is high and outside. It missed. 1-1 to count. Maben still looking for the first spring hit. He is 0 for 15. And here's the next one, and that one is a little bit low. He checks on it. 1-1 to count.
We'll see how it works out for Maben. His old hitting coach with Detroit, Wally Joyner, Angel great, is here as far as a assistant coach here, as far as different coaches coming in this time of the year. So Wally Joyner here.
And there's a pitch that comes in and gets a piece of Maben. Hit him down around the leg, and he will walk slowly up to first base.
I'm pretty sure Wally didn't tell him to do that, though. That got in the back leg.
Yeah. Right leg of a batter batting from the right side.
It's funny, I saw Cameron. I said, hey, your boy Wally's back here today. And he was pretty excited about him being in town. Every once in a while, it's just a little something you say. You know, Dave Hansen and Paul Sorrento were working very hard with him. Sometimes just a word can get you right back into that swing where he had a successful season last year for the Tigers.
Here's the pitch on its way, and that one is a little bit low. Well, you've always been a guy who likes to pick up people.
Yes.
That's part of your DNA.
You have to.
1 ball, no strikes is the count on C.J. Cron.
There's Wally.
And there's a cut and a miss. So the count on Cron now level. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Clayton Richard, who's on the mound. He is a big lefty. He goes about 6'5" and about 245 pounds. And he was a football player along with being a baseball player at the University of Michigan back to his college days. In fact, he was a reserve quarterback at Michigan. Here's a high pop-up into left field, waiting for it to come down, still waiting, and now squeezing it is Jankowski, the left fielder, and that'll be the first down. Maben holds on at first base, 1 away. Jeffrey Marte will be the batter, and this copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of Angels Baseball.
So back up at University of Michigan, huh?
He was, yeah. And He saw a little bit of action as a redshirt freshman, and believe it or not, he kind of had a reputation of being a pretty good scrambler. Big guy.
Is that Tom Brady time when he was there?
I believe that was right around that time. Brady's what is he now, about 39 years old. Richard is 33, but I think it was maybe right around Brady's final year, and Richard had redshirted there at Michigan.
Remember, Todd Helton was a backup for Peyton Manning there in Tennessee, so that's the key to go in the baseball, backing up those guys as the quarterback. You know you're never getting any snaps.
There you go. Brady's gotten a few Super Bowl rings since he left Michigan. I don't know that Clayton Richard can claim that. Brady's got one for every finger on his right hand.
What an amazing comeback. Fourth quarter this year against the Falcons.
There goes Maben. He's on the move. The pitch is missed. The throw down to second, and it's a little bit late. That's a stolen base. Sanchez threw that one from his knees and put it right on the money, but Maben got a good jump against the lefty.
Yeah, going on the first movement for Richard, and Maben able to slide in there head first to pick up a stolen base. 22nd stolen base of the spring for the Angels.
Maben had 15 last year in a little over 90 games for Detroit, so he can run. Problem is, we just haven't been seeing him get on base, so he can run a little bit. But he's on his first time up today, although not with a hit, and he's made something happen. Here's the pitch, and that one is taken for a called strike by Marte. Of course, Maben, the base runner at second base, has the ties to the Padres.
Yep.
One ball, two strikes. Richard with the next pitch, and he slings that one in. It misses inside.
For not an overpowering fastball, Richard will throw a lot of fastballs, about 74% fastballs as far as percentages of pitches thrown. There's a slider, also a changeup, a cut fastball also.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is low, and that one got a piece of Jeffrey Marte hit by the pitch, so he will go to first base. Maben was on the move there. He's hanging around third base, but he's got to go back to second. So the Angels have a pair of base runners, and they've each been hit by a pitch here in this inning.
That one on the hop, a hit Marte as he tried to get out of the way of that pitch inside. We've seen so far Clayton Richards will pitch inside quite a bit, and we mentioned a lot of fastballs thrown. Inside fastball, try to sink one away along with his changeup. To be effective, especially with his changeup away against righties, he has to pitch inside. He's missed a couple times, hitting a couple batters.
So the Angels have 2 on, 1 out, down 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Have the tying run at the plate. And this is Matt Williams getting ready to bat out of Pennington's spot. He came in to replace him defensively at short. And the first pitch on Matt Williams, that one is taken for a strike. The count 0-1. Williams so far this spring has had only 3 at bats. He's 0 for 3. Infield a double play depth. Next pitch, bounce back to the mound. Richard will fire to second for 1, and then a quick toss by the shortstop there to third. Maben gets back to the bag after moving up on that one. So they get the out at second on the fielder's choice. Angels have them at the corners with 2 outs, and we'll see what Carlos Perez can do.
It's a pretty good base running by Maben. A lot of times you'll make that turn around third with Ron Rennick. It's right there to make sure he stay close. Sardina's a smart play to come back pick, because you're not going to be able to turn a double play, a slow roller like that to a pitcher. Trying to get him going around that base a little bit further. Maben did not do so.
So here is Carlos Perez. And Richard delivers. First one on the outside corner. It's a called strike. Carlos just 2 for 14 so far this spring with a run batted in.
Well, there's times we've seen a lot of times a double steal.
Here's the next delivery. That's a shot down the left field side, but it is pushing foul. It'll land down around the Padres open air bullpen down that left field side.
Yeah, that's jammed him enough to break his bat. Especially now, the Angels have been so successful in that double steal on an 0-2 pitch. Maybe try to get a gift run out of this one. And Ron Renicky talked about it after the game yesterday. Remember, Terry, about how the timing of that play is so important. It's not this easy to say, oh, we're just going to try to steal second and home. You have to make sure you draw that throw to second base if indeed they try it.
There goes the runner at first. The pitch, and it's cut on and fouled back behind the plate. So the count holding at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Richard is kind of turning into a bit of an interesting story, because he was actually released by the Cubs last season, and that was in early August, and then the Padres signed him. And now we're hearing he has a legitimate shot to be their opening day starting pitcher.
Maybe even between him and Jared Weaver,
right?
Potential opening day starter for the Padres.
Weaver got a win a couple of days ago for San Diego. And mentioning Jared Weaver, that was a ball game against the White Sox. Eric Ibar is also on this San Diego club. There's a pickoff toss and a bad one to first base. It gets by the first baseman Wallace. Coming in and scoring from third will be Maben. And moving up to second base is Williams. Boy, Richard saw Williams break for second, and then he bounced the throw over to first.
Yeah, exactly what we thought might happen. The potential of a double steal going, trying to draw the throw, whether it's from Richard or from the catcher to second base.
Clayton Richard, we talked about, he was a former football player and a baseball player. He's a good athlete, but he's always had the reputation of being shaky defensively, and that was a bad pickoff toss. Here's the 0-2, and it's a little pop into shallow center field. Could be trouble. It's going to drop in for a base hit. A bloop RBI single right there for Carlos Perez. The Angels get their second run in the inning and cut the Padre lead to 1. It's 3-2 San Diego.
Boy, like we were talking about earlier, how the Angels have been scoring some runs. They've scored 2 runs in this inning, and the only thing they've gotten really out of the infield is that little flare there. I mean, that's what they've done so well as far as running the bases, pressing the issue. You get 2 runs out of that. 2 hit batters, you get 2 runs out of it, and a flare out there by Carlos Perez.
And Richard, the pitcher, certainly can only blame himself in this inning, hitting a couple batters, making a throwing error on a pickoff toss to first base. There's one in there on David Fletcher, the 9-hole hitter. And he's done a good job in the times we've seen him so far this spring. He's hitting over 400, and he hits one right between the pitcher's legs. It's fielded, though, by the second baseman as Y, and he flips the Sardinas, covering second, and they get the out. Boy, when that one got right between the legs of the pitcher, it looked like it had a shot to get through in the center. The inning ends on that ground out. Angels will get 2 with only 1 hit, and as we head to the third, it's 3-2 Padres on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. of the third we go. It is 3-2 in favor of San Diego. Fans, don't forget this spring, find your escape route off-road with great deals on a new Jeep. Head into your local Jeep dealer for the Jeep Spring Clearance event. It's going on now. First pitch from J.C. Ramirez. That's right in there on Travis Jankowski, the leadoff man, left fielder for the Padres. He grounded out his first time up. Here's the next pitch, and that is a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Wahe and Cordero will follow. The Padres not bringing too many of their regulars here today, and the next delivery, and that one misses low. 2-1.
You know, Will Myers, he had a very solid season. He'll be a Padre for a number of years to come.
Here's the next pitch. That's chopped right back to the mound. Stopped by Ramirez, and he will easily get Jankowski, and that'll be the first out. So 1 quick out as Wahe will be the batter.
Sure, Charles Nagy likes that play. After they play catch, they go in the backfield and just work on those ground balls, those comebackers. First inning, they won, or second inning, I should say, off the leg of Ramirez. The first inning it was, and then this time he's able to field that ground ball right back up the middle.
So as Wahe, another left-handed batter who has a hit already in the ballgame, will be stepping up. Here's the next pitch, and that is right in there for a strike. When the Angels played the Padres here right near the end of February, it was this third Cactus League game for the Angels. We didn't see Solarte here for that game. He's not here for them today as well. He's one of their better players. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eric Ibar, who's bidding for a starting role with the Padres, did not make the trip here. We did see him in the ball game in late February. There's a pitch a little bit low. 2-1 to count.
Precautionary reasons with right shoulder tightness. Right shoulder tightness for Cliff Pennington in his day-to-day.
2 balls, 1 strike. And that one misses low for a ball. We get word from the Angels clubhouse that Cliff Pennington, the starting shortstop, left the game with right shoulder tightness. And he's listed right now as day-to-day.
Day-to-day, like we all are, Terry.
3-1 is the count on Wahe. And the next pitch grounded sharply on the right side. Nice stop by Fletcher, showing some range, and he will throw him out. A couple of ground ball outs, and Ramirez now has retired the last 6 in a row. Cordero will be the batter, and fans, don't forget to join the Angels for spring training right here at Tempe Diablo Stadium, and mark your calendar for March the 24th. The Angels will take on the Mariners that day here in Tempe. Fans will enjoy a post-game concert performance by Gavin DeGraw. Visit angels.com/promotions to purchase your tickets today. We'll have some action under the lights here in Tempe that day. And here's another bouncing ball hit the second. This one is fielded by Fletcher. He'll throw out Cordero, and it's a quick inning for J.C. Ramirez. Sets him down cleanly in the third. Bottom of the inning is next. 3-2 Padres on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Cole Calhoun leads things off. We go to the bottom of the third. He was taking the first pitch from Richard. It was in there. A lefty-lefty matchup. They have the shift on the right side, and there's one that's hit basically up the middle and through into left center field. So Cole Calhoun keeps up his hot hitting this spring. Mike Trout will be the next batter.
And going to that side of the field where you want to see from Cole. When Cole sustains a good streak as far as hitting the baseball, he's going to hit the ball the other way. His power stroke is going to be the right to right center field. Occasional power like we saw in Goodyear the other day to left center. But that's a very good swing. It's a lefty to line the ball like that for Cole Calhoun.
Mike Trout grounded out to second his first time up this afternoon. 4 hits, 14 at bats for Trout so far this spring. Richard delivers, and he's a little bit high with that one. 1 ball, no strikes on the reigning AL MVP. One ball, no strikes. Richard is set, gets the sign and delivers. Trout cuts at it and fouls it back to the screen. 1-1 the count on Mike.
Pretty good swing at that low pitch from Richard. Trout very, very good no matter if it's all speed or a fastball lower part of the strike zone. He will make a good pass at that baseball.
Albert Pujols waiting on deck. Toss over to first base, and diving back to the bag goes Cole Calhoun. I know Mike Trout's a big football player. He's kind of a big NFL fan, and wonder if he has any idea that Richard played some Big Ten football at the University of Michigan. Probably the last thing on his mind right now. Another pickoff toss, and Cole Calhoun is picked off. Wow, he got him. He didn't have that huge of a lead either.
And that's one of the different moves. The A move for Richard on that one. He had been pretty quick as far as throwing over that. That time he left that front leg up a little bit longer, and then the quick throw, shorting that arm action to get him at first base. It was a quick throw.
Yeah. Calhoun kind of got frozen on that one after getting the lead off the bag.
It was almost like the option play from Richard at Michigan.
There you go. Here's the next pitch, and that one is high on Trout. And the count's 2 balls and 1 strike. They have the infield spread out. Cordero, who's playing center field, is not deep at all with Trout at the plate. Here's the pitch, and he pops it up foul over on the first base side. Sanchez, the catcher, is going to run out of room. That one lands in the Angels dugout and then hops back to the seats. We have a nice crowd here today at Tempe Diablo Stadiums. Might be as many as we had the other day when the Cubs were here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. Nice and warm, sunny.
Well, the start of the weekend, and fans are heading to the Valley. Angels will have another home game coming up here on Sunday, and we'll host the Dodgers here on Monday as well. Tomorrow on the road against the Dodgers at Camelback Ranch. 2-2 on Trout, low and in. So it's a full count, 3-2.
Well, the one thing about Trout, we talked about swinging at the first pitch a little bit more often last year, but still seeing so many pitches during the course of an at bat in the top 3 or 4 in that category each and every year.
3-2 payoff. He fouls that one back to the screen. So the battle continues here. 1 out, no one on. Angels down by a run, 3-2. We're in the bottom of the third. Padres got all 3 of theirs in the first inning, and they got those runs on a 3-run homer by their catcher Hector Sanchez, who had only 1 hit all spring. Here's the next delivery, 3-2 on Trout. It's a high fly ball lifted to right field, circling under, and making the grab on that one is Blash, the right fielder. It wasn't very deep at all. That's the second out.
Yeah, going back to the graphic we just showed, Terry, it's 17, a little over 17% of first pitch swings for Mike Trout continue to increase, because a lot of pitchers were making that adjustment. He was taking a lot of first pitch, whether it's breaking balls or fastballs, and a lot of them are right down the heart of the plate, so he became more aggressive. Hit over 600 last year when he put that first pitch in play. But still, even when he doesn't put it in play and he does swing it or foul or swing and miss, he still fights his way back and so good with 2 strikes on him.
Here's Albert batting, and the first one on Pujols missed outside in the first inning. Albert, in his first at bat this spring, hit a ground ball on the left side of the infield. He was an easy out. And here's the next pitch, and that one is on the outside part of the plate, but a little bit too high. It's 2-0. They do have the shift on 3 infielders on the left side.
And that's exactly what Dave Hansen was talking about before the game today for Albert. Using that middle of the field, staying back, just letting hands travel through the zone on a deeper pitch in that strike zone.
And the next delivery on the 2-0 is low, and it's a full count, 3-0. See what Albert's doing here. 2 outs. If he might go after this 3-0 pitch, here it comes. He takes it all the way, and it just caught the outside corner for a called strike.
Yeah, I think if it's closer in the zone, he's probably is swinging 3-0, but that's a pitcher's pitch. You don't want to chase that one 3-0.
Here's the 3-1, and he fouls that one back just to our right behind the plate and out of play.
That's a midseason 3-1 hack for Albert Pujols.
Yep. Well, it's just good to see number 5 in action here today.
Certainly ahead of schedule, at least as far as we were led to believe for Albert.
And here comes a payoff again, and he hits that one hard but foul on the left side. Because of the foot surgery that Albert had, and it came on the 2nd of December, he works out extensively in the off season year after year, but he was in a walking boot for a while, so that really curtailed him taking indoor batting practice during the off season. Here's the 3-2, and he gets the benefit of the doubt on that breaking ball. That's ball 4. That was a close pitch to take with 2 strikes, but Pujols has a 2-out walk.
Over 2,800 hits and 591 home runs, and you have a pretty good idea of the strikes. So you're going to get those borderline ones.
Yep. So the Angels aren't going to pinch run for Albert, which maybe we'll see him get a 3rd at bat here today. Here's Maben, who scored the Angels' first run. He was hit by a pitch. Richard had a tough inning last year when he hit 2 batters and had an error. And that first delivery on Maben, he takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 46 pitches for Richard. Their bullpen is quiet, but he worked only 1 inning coming into this game. And the next pitch, it's lifted in the air into right center field. Blash is chasing, has a beat on it though, and the Padres right fielder will gather it in, and the inning is over. Here for the Angels in the bottom of the 3rd, no runs, a hit, a walk, and the Angels lead 1. We are headed to the 4th right now. Padres up on the Halos 3-2 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Top of the fourth here in Tempe, and still going for the Angels is J.C. Ramirez. After he gave up that home run in the first inning with 2 outs, he's retired every batter since, so that's always good to see. It wasn't as if it rattled him. He's settled into a nice groove right now.
6 ground ball outs in this game so far for JC. That's outstanding, especially with that sinker down in the zone.
His next pitch, and that one's a little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. Ramirez was strictly a reliever last year, but the Angels game plan coming into spring training to have him start some games. Here's a pitch that's low and inside. You can never have enough starting pitching depth, and he's fallen behind here on Wallace. It's now 3-0.
And it's also good to be able to have him start so you can stretch him out in case he is part of your bullpen, that he can give you some length and some innings out of the bullpen, especially early on in the season where most starters aren't going to be stretched out past that 5, 6, 7 inning plateau.
3 balls, 1 strike. And the next one on the left-handed hitter, he threw it right by Wallace. That was a high fastball and cut on and missed.
Yeah, it tells you what kind of life he has on the fastball. Fastball count. Wallace has some pretty good power. Challenged him with a fastball upper part of the zone on a 3-1 pitch, and he got it by him.
Ramirez with the next delivery, and he got him looking. That was a fastball inside part of the plate, struck him out. So for J.C. Ramirez, that's his 3rd strikeout. 1 gone here in the 4th inning. And Hector Sanchez, who got him with that 3-run homer in the 1st inning, will be the next batter.
And a lot of credit too goes to Carlos Perez, like we saw with Martin Maldonado, getting the pitchers right back in sync. Even though you're giving up a home run, get them back like you did in the 1st inning. This is what's going to be successful in the lower part of the zone.
There's a pitch that's high on Sanchez, ball 1. Want to remind Angel fans and also fans of Angels baseball who like to work out, runners I'm talking about, you can join us on April the 22nd for the Angels 5K and Family Fun Run. It's presented by St. Joseph Hoag Health. Participants get a t-shirt, a medal, a ticket voucher for select Angels home game. Proceeds will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation.
Well, we got our sneakers on right now, Terry.
Yes, we do.
Matching sneakers. We'll be ready to run.
We are coordinated today. 2-1 is the count. Infield is backed up, and the outfield is pretty much straight away. Here's the next pitch. This is lifted in the air into left center field. Maben is coming in. It's hanging up for him. He'll make the catch out there in shallow left center, and that'll be the 2nd out. Let's pause for stations to identify themselves here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network.
That was funny to watch Maben and Trout talk to each other. This is exactly what they were practicing on with Ron Renicky before the game, catching those pop-ups and dealing with the sun. No, it's never easy.
Here's the next pitch, and this one is lifted high, and it's hit deep into left center field, and it's out by the wall and gone. Jabari Blash has hit his 4th home run this spring for San Diego, and he put a charge into that one out there. That ball hit over 400 feet in left center field.
And what we've seen from these hitters for the Padres today, they are very aggressive early in the count. And if you make a mistake in a zone where they're going to have that opportunity to be aggressive, well, he didn't miss that one. That went a long way.
That one came out of nowhere. Ramirez had retired 9 in a row and gives up another 2-out homer. Second one he's allowed. The home run ball producing all 4 Padres runs. Here's a ball chopped off of Ramirez's glove. It's stopped by Fletcher, the second baseman. Throws to first and gets Sardinas, and the inning is over. Nice play by David Fletcher. He's been covering some ground out there at second. A run on the one hit the Blash homer, and as we head to the bottom of the 4th, Padres are up on the Angels 4-2 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. the Angels get ready to bat here in the bottom of inning number 4, Brandon Maurer will be taking over. Right-hander. He has some ties to Southern California, and he's ready to deliver. And the pitch, and that one is taken by Crone for a ball to count 1-0.
Orange Lutheran High School.
Yep.
Him and Garrett Cole.
Here's the next pitch. Yeah, that was a pretty good club.
Yeah,
I would imagine they might not have lost too many games.
I remember seeing them and thinking, all right, let's try to outlast them. Let's see if we can go extra innings. Maybe pitch count them.
Here's one that's chopped on the third base side. Jumping up is Cordova, the third baseman, to stop it, and he fires to first base, and Crone is retired. One gone here in the Angels' fourth. So the numbers on Richard, their starter, he ended up working 3 innings, and he allowed only 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 1 batter. In the strikeout department, he had 1. He hit 2 batters, had a throwing error, and that's about it as far as his line. So here's Marte batting with 1 out, no one on. It's a 4-2 San Diego lead here in the bottom of the 4th, and the first pitch, he checks the swing on it. It's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
And Brandon Maurer really has settled into the bullpen role. His velocity has increased in this role where he can just let it go, doesn't have to hold back and save any energy to get deeper into games when he was a starter.
Pitch fouled off by Marte on the right side, and he lost the bat. It went flying back to the backstop. Maurer actually did some closing last year for the Padres. Save percentage wasn't all that good, 68%, but he had 13 saves in 19 save chances. Pitched in 71 games in relief last year.
Can he get that fastball 93, 97 range?
Here's the next pitch Marte is taking, and that one missed for a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Maurer born in Huntington Beach. Mark mentioned Orange Lutheran High School. And the next pitch, checking on it, is Marte. That one misses. So it's a 3-1 count. Here's the next pitch, and that one is high. That's ball 4. So the Angels have a 1-out base runner. Haven't had a whole lot of hits so far, but getting people on base in other ways. 1-out walk here. Matt Williams will be the batter. He reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run back in the bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah, a little contrast in hitting approaches in this game between the Padres and the Angels. The Angels a little more patient at the plate. The Padres have been very aggressive, swinging a lot of first pitches, but 5 of them in play, including that home run by Blash.
Here's the next pitch, and here's one that's lifted in the air into center field. Ball carrying a bit, but under making the grab on it is Cordero. That ball traveled out there to center, but it's deep, 420 to the wall. Fairly routine play, out number 2, and here's Carlos Perez, who has an RBI hit. Perez 1 for 1 with a single. Right-hander against right-hander, as Maurer has the sign. He's ready to come in, and here's the pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Maurer last year in those 71 appearances for the Padres was 0-5 with the 13 saves. His ERA was just over 4.5. And here's a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Let's see, the third baseman will call for it, make the grab. Cordova will retire Perez, and the Angels go down here in the bottom of the 4th. We're headed to the 5th inning in Tempe. It's a 4-2 San Diego lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
From the moment you
As we move to the 5th inning, the Angels will make a pitching change, and Manny Banuelos, who we've seen a few times already this spring, left-hander, will take over. The numbers on Ramirez, he goes 4 innings. That's the most we've seen from any Angel pitcher so far this spring. He allowed 3 hits. He gave up 4 runs, and they were all earned. Gave up a pair of homers. In the walk department, he issued 1. In the strikeout department, he finishes up with 3. So Banuelos is the new pitcher, and as he completes his warm-up tosses, this Manny Banuelos set to get underway.
Overall, Terry, I thought JC did a nice job. 7 ground ball outs through 46 pitches, 28 of them strikes. Faced 16 batters, 12 first pitch strike through 20 of those 46 pitches in the first inning. In this 26 the next 3 innings. So pretty much solid. Couple of mistakes, couple of home run balls.
Here's the pitch from Banuelos, and that one is in there for a strike. Saw him throw 2 innings against Cincinnati, and that was on Sunday. He gave up a run, but it was unearned. And here's the next delivery, and that breaking ball is right in there for a called strike. So he's jumped in front. It's 0-2 on Cordova. Banuelos doesn't waste a whole lot of time out there on the mound. He's a pretty quick worker. And that one is outside. He also had a start for the Angels on the 28th of February against the Cubs in the ball game the Angels played at Sloan Park in Mesa. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's his next delivery, and it's chopped right to second. Should be an easy play for Fletcher, and his throw is in time for the out. 1 gone. Fans, don't forget, get your red on, become a season seat holder to enjoy exclusive benefits and the same seats all season long at the greatest value. Visit angels.com/season seats or call 888-796-HALO for more information.
Boy, Fletcher has been busy. He's got 6 ground balls his way today.
There you go. And he's looked good on every one of them.
A real good play to finish off last inning on the ground ball off of J.C. Ramirez, and he was able to make the play.
Here's Perella at the plate, and he takes a slow breaking ball there for a called strike.
Yeah, you mentioned the pace of the pitchers so far today. Every one of them so far very quick, not wasting time.
Here's another one that's cut on, fouled off on the right side. That's backing out of play. So very quickly 0-2 on Jose Perella. And Banuelos, a native of Mexico, 5'10", goes about 215 pounds. In the Braves system last year, AA, AAA, and the Angels signed him to a minor league deal in late August of last year. He has had limited major league experience, 7 games with Atlanta back in 2015. At one time, a very highly thought of prospect in the Yankees system. Here's his next pitch, and that's a little bit low and outside. He's had some elbow and issues in the past. He's had the Tommy John elbow surgery. And the 2-2. That's bounced by the mound. It's out near second. Fletcher stops another one, fires to first base, and gets the out on Perella. He's everywhere today.
Yeah. And you're talking about it very consistent as far as the range going to the glove side. The backhand strong throw across his body. You see exactly where he's playing. That's a long way to go, and he got a lot on that throw. But right over the base at second, quickly gets rid on the transfer. Firm throw to first base.
Yeah, second baseman fielding that on the left side of second base. At the plate, here's a bunt by Jankowski. Fletcher fields this one, but he throws that one by the first baseman Crone. CJ picks it up, fires to second. Waiting with the tag there is the shortstop Williams, and the batter is out trying to move up an extra base. So it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning, and as we get ready to go to the bottom of the 5th, it is 4-2 San Diego on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher in the ballgame for San Diego as Ryan Buchter will take over. Brandon Maurer ended up going last inning for San Diego, and he had a hitless and scoreless inning with a walk. So here is Buchter, and his first delivery, the left-hander's pitch is in there on Fletcher for strike one.
Buchter is a guy that relies a lot on his four-seam fastball. Throws quite a bit of them last year, about 81% pitches, four-seam fastballs.
Here's the next pitch. It's lifted into left field. They're waiting, and squeezing that one is Jankowski. It's an easy out, so Fletcher retired for the second time today. And Cole Calhoun, the top of the batting order, will be the next hitter for the Angels. Thing they talk about Buchter, that his pitches have a lot of movement.
Big kid, 6'4".
Had a lot of strikeouts last season in his 67 relief appearances. There's one that's fouled back behind the plate, and it's 0-1 on Cole Calhoun. 78 strikeouts in 63 innings, and he allowed only 34 hits.
31 walks, though. You wondered how you can even have any kind of an ERA with that few hits allowed, but it can get wild at times.
Yep. Shift is on. 3 on the right side of the infield, guarding against Cole Calhoun, and the next delivery, that's a fastball. It's high. Here's the next pitch on Cole. He grounds it sharply, just foul on the first base side. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good to see Angels owner Artie Moreno here today, taking in the action. He's seated in his customary spot near the Angels dugout, and almost behind where Mike Socia and the coaching staff sits. Not far from the Angels on deck circle, first base side. 1-2. That one is fouled back behind the plate.
They already had to be excited about Albert Pujols, part of the lineup here today. DHing, a couple of bats already. Worked the walk his last at bat.
I'm sure when Artie found out, and he probably found out a lot before we did when Albert was going to be in there, that he marked it down on his calendar.
I would imagine he might have a little bit quicker information than we got.
I would think so. Albert's sitting there next to Dino Ebel, where
now,
the
that's not unusual.
Yep. And talking things over with Dino before we might see him bat here in this inning. He would follow Trout, who's waiting on deck. We have 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 4-2 San Diego lead. And here's the next one on Cole Calhoun. He checks on that pitch. That one there nicked his bat. So it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're seeing the Padres do a lot of shifting today. And here comes the next pitch. And that one is waved at him. Cole Calhoun was really fooled on that delivery, and ball picked up by the catcher. Sanchez fires the first to complete the strikeout. So Cole strikes out for the second time today. First strikeout in the game for Buchter. And here's Mike Trout, who's gone 0 for 2.
Almost have that feel this at bat right now for Trout. You have a pitcher to throw. We talked about how many four-seam fastballs he will throw. Over the course of his season last year, about 81% of his pitches four-seam fastballs. Trout talked about it and showed that graphic what he's done on the first pitch. This might be one of those times where Trout is aggressive on the first pitch.
So Buchter is set, and the delivery, that one is ripped foul right over by the Padres third base dugout.
And he was ready.
Yeah.
But you're sitting in the dugout just thinking there's no way a right-handed batter is going to be able to hit a ball that hard in towards us. You feel pretty safe.
Right. Yeah. Buchter is known as kind of an extreme fly ball pitcher. When he's going right, he's getting a lot of outs in the air. He has a strikeout and a fly out so far here in this inning against the Angels. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Here's the next one on, Mike, and that's outside. 2-1 is the count. Tomorrow the Angels square off against the Dodgers. That'll be Garrett Richards against Hyun-Jin Ryu. Sunday back here in Tempe, Jesse Chavez will take on Seattle. The Angels will face the Mariners for the first time this spring. And here's a fly ball lifted into right center field, not very deep. That one's going to drop in for a blue pit. Trout is aboard. Got it in between Cordero, the center fielder, and Blash, the right fielder. And Mike Trout has his first hit today. Wasn't hit all that well, but found some daylight. And here's Albert Pujols, who will get a third at bat today.
And when you have that type of power, especially going the other way that Mike Trout has as an outfielder, whether you're center fielder or right fielder, you're going to play deeper than normal for a right-handed batter. And Trout, because of that, gets a base hit. On the course game, 15 pitches seen by Mike Trout. 4 in the first at bat, 7 in the second at bat, and 4 in this at bat before getting a base hit.
Here's the first one on Albert, and that's right in there for a called strike.
Almost right on his average when you think about it. After 5 pitches seen in this game, Trout was around 4.3 pitches seen per at bat last year.
Albert back to his National League days. A lot of success against the Padres. He grounds this one, but right on the left side. It's fielded there by the shortstop with that shift on, and they'll throw to second as they force out Trout. The inning ends on the 6-4 fielder's choice. Not a whole lot happening for the Angels here in the 5th. We're headed to the 6th inning, and right now 4-2 San Diego on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Top of the 6th inning, 4-2 San Diego. Fans, don't forget, host a business function or celebrate a private occasion in your own private suite at the Big A. Suite rentals offer all-inclusive food and beverage packages. Visit angels.com/suites to reserve your suite today. Here's the first delivery from Manuelos as he works in his 2nd inning, and the first pitch missed for a ball. The count's 1 ball, no strikes on as Wahe, who's had a single and 2 times up. Here's the next pitch. He drills this one into center field. Trout has to go to his right, makes the catch. Wasn't hit all that deep, but hit pretty hard. And routine play out number one quick out. We've had a lot of those so far today, and here is Cordero. Franchy Cordero 0 for 2. He's a guy who played in A, AA, and AAA a year ago, just 22 years old. Another left-handed batter, and he backs away from that first pitch and missed a little bit inside for a ball.
When you mentioned Benuelos is so quick as far as times in between pitches. That could be a product, because we talked about a little bit how quick we've seen some of the younger pitchers. It could be a product of the pitch clock in the minor leagues, be able to bring it up. You hear it in the major league level in these games now. Again, it's taught at the lower level, be quicker as far as the pitch clock. I think it's a great move anyhow to put in there. You don't want to waste time anyhow before you throw the baseball. The quicker you are on the mound, the better the guys behind you playing defense are going to be on their toes.
Banuelos really pitches at a fast pace, and if you're a fielder behind him, you like that. Here's the 1-1, and that's a little bit low on Cordero, who's one of the better prospects in the Padres system. Here comes the next delivery, and he cuts and misses that pitch. It was inside, but he went after it. 2-2 is the count.
Yeah, the Padres just a few years ago were one of the lowest rated as far as farm systems, but that's not the case anymore for San Diego. One of the better farm systems. A lot of publications have the top 6 or so as far as prospects. So they're a club that's got a chance of being pretty good within the next couple of years.
I got rid of a number of veteran players when things kind of went the wrong way for them, and they started to acquire a lot of top-notch prospects from other clubs. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and that one just missed a little bit low, ball 4. So that'll be a 1-out walk, and Brett Wallace will be the next batter. Look at some of the players they traded away. Matt Kemp, Drew Pomerantz, some guys a year ago that brought them some pretty good prospects in return. Here's the next delivery, and that one is a pitch that misses high.
Well, remember, just a couple of years ago, they were the talk of the winter meetings when they were very, very active. Things didn't work out. In that rebuilding mode, now the farm system loaded. Be a good club here very soon for San Diego fans.
There's a 1-0 pitch, and that one misses. So the count 2 balls and no strikes. Padres have posted one 90-win season going back to 1998. They've had 6 straight losing seasons. And the next pitch, and that one is a cut and a miss for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Padres last year drew about 2.3 million at Petco, and they have drawn 2 million or more 20 of the last 21 years. So that's a credit to them. All-Star cut and a miss.
All-Star game there last year.
Yep.
Rave reviews from everybody.
2-2 is the count. Andy Green is their second-year manager. He's 39 years old. Has some ties to the Valley here. Former D-backs third base coach. Banuelos waiting for the batter Wallace to get back in the box. Man, he's pitching at a little faster pace, I think, than Wallace would like. So now everybody appears to be ready. And here's the 2-2. A cut and a miss. He got him, struck him out. Out number 2. Strikeout number 1 for Banuelos.
Mark Burley would be really happy to watch Banuelos throw the baseball. He doesn't waste any time. Good breaking ball there to get a swing and miss on a 2-2 pitch.
Banuelo's fastball. He'll throw a cutter, kind of a slider. Very good curve, very good changeup. He'll also throw a two-seam fastball as well as sinker. He's ready, and here's the pitch. That's right in there. He's been throwing strikes. 0-1 the count. You're just tuning in or rejoining us. We're in the 6th inning. It's 4-2 San Diego. Here's the next pitch, and that's a little bit inside count level. It's 1-1.
That's a product of a hitter looking out over the plate. That fastball, that little cutter ran in on him. Almost got him. Sanchez with that big home run in the 1st inning, batting from the left side.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is a pitch that he waves at and misses badly. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Banuelos on the hill. Our producer engineer Jorge Sevilla was telling us a story. He said, boy, that guy looks familiar, and then he realized he's staying in the apartment next to him here. He sees him back at the team headquarters in street clothes. He's used to seeing him here at the ballpark in uniform. Hope he's not causing any issues as neighbors at the apartment complex. I think everything's good.
That's all we can hope.
Well, Manny has a reputation of being a soft-spoken guy, so I'm sure that's not an issue. There's a pitch low. It skips away, though, from Perez, and moving up to second base and getting there without a throw will be Cordero. So the 2-out base runner now in scoring position. See how they end up scoring that one. And it looks like they're going to call that a pass ball. Wasn't the easiest of plays, but normally you'll see Perez stop a pitch even that low. At least keep it in front of him.
And he's very good as far as keeping everything in front of him, Carlos.
So it's a 2-2 count. And here's the next delivery. Late swing, and boy, that had some people ducking. It ends up in the camera well just past the Angels dugout. Mentioning the camera well, when we were filming the Open for Fox Sports West today, who did we see in the stands during the TV pregame show?
I think it was a Jared Weaver lookalike. He had his jersey on and everything.
Yeah.
Representing the Angels in that unit, and of course now Weave with the Padres.
Right. Here's the pitch, and that one is a little bit low. Yeah, we've seen that guy from time to time at the Big A. They put him on the big jumbo board.
Yes.
And Jared Weaver would always crack a smile if he was in the dugout.
He said he's going to make his way down to a Padre game or two this year when Weaver's on the hill.
Well, break that act out at a new venue.
Yes.
So the count's full. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, and here's the next pitch. And checking on that one is Sanchez. Did he hold up on that one? It looks like he's going to get the call go his way. So it's ball 4. That was close to being the final out on a strikeout. So 2 walks now in the inning. 2 on with 2 outs, and here is Blash, who hit a home run his last time up.
Aggressive swing on the first pitch. See if he can win on this one. It looked like he held up.
Yep.
Although, as a pitcher, anytime you even think about swinging, I'm bringing him up.
Here's the pitch on Blash. He took a big cut and misses that off-speed pitch. That one had him talking to himself as he backs out of the batter's box. 0-1 the count.
Wise decision. Remember that last time up, first pitch fastball hit out, breaking ball. Willis remembered that one. Good decision.
And Willis with the next pitch, and that is a little bit low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blash last season split time with the Padres and AAA El Paso. Longtime member of the Mariners system, and here's the next delivery. It's way outside. 2-1 is the count.
And this is the time as a pitcher you're thinking in terms of something all speed. Is Flash is going to be looking fastball and a fastball count.
Here's the next pitch, and that one misses low and outside. Blash was born in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and still lives there. Big right-handed batter, 6'5", over 230 pounds.
By the way, been there before. That is beautiful there.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Here's the 3-1, and he's taking, and that one misses ball 4. So Banuelos has walked the bases loaded here. And in the times we've seen him this spring, the command has been a bit of an issue. So runners everywhere. And we'll see if he can get out of this trouble. He's certainly walking a tightrope here, and the control has been the issue. The batter now is Sardinas, the shortstop, 7th batter up in the inning. 4-2 San Diego here in the 6th. The pitch, and that's in there for a called strike. 37 pitches for Banuelos, who's working in his 2nd inning.
Attention, Padres starter Clayton Richard is now available inside Padres clubhouse.
Very important pitch there for Banuelos to get ahead of the count. Now he can expand a little bit more, so he didn't want to be behind 1-0 with the bases loaded.
Here's the delivery, and this is bounced softly, but a foul ball on the 3rd base side. So in this situation, bases loaded, he needs to throw strikes, and he's done just that. He's way in front, 0-2.
This is when the trust factor comes into play for a pitcher. When you have Carlos Perez behind the plate, even though one baseball got by him in this inning, you have to have trust to expand the zone, maybe bounce a break a ball to get a swing and miss, and know he'll be able to keep it in front of him.
So we'll see what he comes in with on the 0-2 with 2 outs, and it's on its way. He checks the swing. Did he go around on that? Yes, he did. Struck him out off speed delivery, and Manny pitches out of a bases loaded jam. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts in the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. 4-2 San Diego on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Padres will use their 4th pitcher today, and it's left-hander Brad Hand who will be taking over. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-2 San Diego. And here's the first pitch, and that is right in there for a called strike. Hand replaces Buchter, who worked a scoreless inning. The Angels had a hit against him. He also had a strikeout. Maben is the batter. He's gone 0 for 1 officially. He has scored a run. Here's the next pitch, and that one is a little bit low. Brad Hand is a former second-round pick of the Marlins, and he led the National League last year with 82 appearances. Pitched in over half of the Padres games. 4-4 record, 2.92 ERA.
Very impressive.
He's a guy who has just been lights out against left-handed batters. There's one that's fouled back on the right side, backing out of play. The only left-handed hitter right now in the Angels lineup is Cole Calhoun, but Hand held lefty batters last season to a 125 batting average. And again, he was a guy who pitched just shy of 90 innings of relief.
So big to have a reliever like that, especially so many good power swings from the left side late in games.
Here's the next pitch, and that one missed for a ball. He's a guy, of course, the Angels don't see the Padres very often, and didn't know a whole lot about him, but boy, oh boy, his numbers are eye-opening when you look at them. He had 111 strikeouts last season in 89 1/3 innings of relief and 82 appearances. So he's a guy you can bring in every other day.
You get a strikeout, not even a guy who's going to necessarily get the ball put in play against him.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. That's chopped down the third base side. It skips off the glove of Cordoba, and then the ball ricochets away from him, and no chance to get a throw to first. So Maben is on, and that will probably be an error. We'll wait to see how they end up scoring that one. In any case, the Angels have a base runner, and C.J. Cron will be the next hitter.
And one of those tough plays to try to take that angle and catch that short hop. Unable to do so, and Maben gets on base as far as an error. Already a stolen base in this game and a run scored for Maben. Thought his last at bat, he hit that ball pretty well to right center field. What you want to see is when hitters are trying to get their timing together, it's hitting the ball hard the other way, and that's what he did. That time he's out in front on that ground ball. The time before swung the bat well.
There's a pitch that is taken by Cron for a ball. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Angels batting in the bottom of the 6th. It's being brought to you today by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Rotolo Chevrolet is pursuing excellence every day. Visit them at Rotolo.com. That's Rotolo.com. Hand with the next pitch, and a broken bat bouncer. That ball hit off his foot. The ball ricochets on the right side. No chance to get a throw anywhere by the second baseman. That is going to be an infield hit for Cron, and the Angels haven't gotten the ball out of the infield here, the first 2 batters, but they're both on base now, and a threat brewing as Marte will step up.
Well, even you go back to the second inning where the Angels scored 2 runs, another ground ball. We talked about how often pitchers are fielding ground balls here in spring training. A couple already in this game, pitchers unable to make the play. J.C. Ramirez earlier. Now Hand here not able to make this play. The Angels scoring 2 runs, a couple hit batters, and a little flare into the outfield. A stolen base, aggressive base running to produce 2 runs in the second. Now 2 on here to see if there's some action once again with Jeffrey Marte coming up.
Marte has been on base twice, although hitless. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's also had a walk. So Hand pitching with a little bit of bad luck here in this inning, and the delivery is in there for a strike. We were talking about Brad Hand, and he ended up being claimed off waivers last April from the Florida Marlins. So that was a big pickup right there. Left-hander looking at second, and time called. Backing out of the box is Marte. Infield is playing at kind of medium depth. Go ahead, run at the plate. Marte takes low. 1-1 the count.
And the big thing when you look at Hand throw the baseball, it's very difficult to read it out of his hand. He hides the ball well. We talked about how many strikeouts, 111 last year, and a little over an 80 innings pitch. That's a ton of strikeouts for not necessarily overpowering stuff. It's deception and hiding the baseball so well.
He's ready. 1-1. And that one didn't miss by much. Pretty close pitch. 2-1 to count.
Well, even from our angle right here, Terry, you really don't see the baseball to the last second when he throws it. Very difficult for hitters to see the ball under normal circumstances. Not much time to react to hit it. But when you don't see it till the baseball is delivered out of the hand at the last second, makes it even more difficult.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. That pitch is way outside, and now it's 3-1. So Hand, who is a guy who normally has pretty decent control, he's struggling right here. 2 pitches ago, he did not like the call at all from the home plate umpire Ron Kolpa.
Well, now you're Marte. You're just sitting right in your zone. 3-1 pitch. Look, fastball. See if you can do some damage.
So let's see what happens on the 3-1. It's on its way, and it's lined and caught there by the shortstop, who fires over to second base, and a double play. That could have been one there that if Cron had gotten too far away from first, they might have had a shot at a triple play. But boy, oh boy, that looked good when it left the bat, but it turns into 2 outs.
Yeah, he sat on a fastball, and he rocketed it with a nice play at shortstop. So we're going to see able to catch it and then complete a double play. You're right. Anything that's hit that hard looks like it has a chance, because it was hit on the line like that. May even split the outfield and score 2 runs. Could end up resulting in 3 outs.
So Hand, who had the bad luck earlier in the inning, gets some good luck right there. Now the Angels have only 1 on with 2 outs. At the plate is Ryan Lamar, who's pinch hitting, and he takes the pitch, and the first delivery to him, it's in there for a strike. Lamar is hitting out of the Pennington-Williams spot. Pennington left the game after an inning in the field because of right shoulder tightness. Matt Williams took over at short, and now Lamar is hitting here as a pinch hitter. Here's the next pitch on Ryan Lamar, and he cuts and misses that one, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Infield backed up with 2 outs. Here's the next pitch, and that one is low. Hand had seen action for the Miami Marlins for a number of seasons, and then was claimed by the Padres right at the end of spring training last year, and had a very good season for San Diego. There goes the runner, Cron. The pitch is high. The throw down to second, and waiting with the tag is the second baseman as Wahe. Sanchez guns down Cron, and that's how the inning will end. So it looked like it was going to be a pretty good inning for the Angels, but it went downhill in the inning. No runs, a hit, an error, and nobody left. We are getting ready now to move to the 7th. It is a 4-2 San Diego lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
When Matt
Angels make a number of changes as we head to the 7th inning. The pitcher is still Banuelos, so we'll see how long he goes here in this 7th inning. But he's out to start the inning in any case. And the first delivery, this is Cordoba at the plate for the Padres. He takes ball 1. The Angels have a new third baseman, Caleb Cowart, and a new shortstop, Ray Navarro. That pitch in there for strike 1-1. And the outfield has a whole new look. Eric Young Jr. is in left. Ryan Lamar is in center. Ramon Flores is in right. Here's the ball chopped towards short. It's handled by Navarro, the new shortstop, and the throw just nips Cordoba for the first out. So 1 away. Also saw Albert Pujols leaving for the clubhouse with Trout and Calhoun and Maben, so not sure yet who will be the DH for the Angels, but Albert's day is done as he was 0 for 2 with a walk today, his first game this spring.
Yeah, it's still great to see him out and getting some action again and getting that read off the pitcher. He can take a lot of that batting practice, but the spin, fastball, breaking ball, and be able to read that. Get some game time action, invaluable for Albert. Even though he's had a million at bats in his career, it's always good to get that first one out of the way as far as game and feeling good walking back to the clubhouse today.
Here's the next pitch. That one is chopped foul by Perella, Jose Perella, and the count jumps to 0-2 on him. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're tuned in to Angels baseball. Terry Smith, Mark Ubasal, our producer engineer is Jorge Sevilla. And here's the next pitch. That's way high and outside. This ball game has a little bit of a feel of the game yesterday against the Cleveland Indians. The Angels trailed that whole game until the 9th inning. Either trailed or tied it up.
Yeah, stay close. The bullpen was very effective yesterday. Just 1 run allowed in 6 innings coming in for Matt Shoemaker, who threw the ball well himself.
Angels have never had a lead today. We're in the 7th, but still in striking distance, down by just a pair. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Banuelos has walked another batter. So that was the problem last inning, although he pitched out of it. He's now walked 4 today.
Looks like they're finally seeing some movement down in the bullpen for the Angels. Charles Nagy going to go out and have a quick visit with Banuelos. See if he can get him to get back into that mode of pitching to contact, see if he can get a ground ball and get 2 outs with it.
So a little gathering out there at the mound. And we want to remind Angel fans the Angels will have all season long Saturday night fireworks shows at the Big A, presented by Wells Fargo. For more information on Saturday night fireworks, visit angels.com/promotions.
I know you're a big fan of the fireworks, Terry Smith.
Absolutely.
They are. I am too.
Yep. So here is Rafael Ortega. He came in last half inning in left field, and the former Angel, he was with the Angels on and off last year, gets his first at bat today, and he cuts and misses that pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, he did some nice things at times for the Angels last year. Really good throwing arm, accurate throwing arm out in the outfield.
He's hitting out of Jankowski's leadoff spot for the Padres. Jankowski was 1 for 3 today. Here's the next one, and Ortega, the lefty batter, takes that pitch, and it's in there for a strike. So the count is 0-2. He's had just 1 hit and 8 times up.
Flores in the 6th spot, and Lamar 7th.
2 strikes is the count, and here comes the next pitch, and that one misses high and away. Today's game on the Angels Baseball Radio Network along with Fox Sports West, and we have folks checking out the action here in Tempe, back in San Diego on Fox Sports San Diego. We're glad to have you with us here today. Here's the 1-2, and that one is cut on and missed. He took him upstairs, up and in with that fastball, and Ortega is strikeout victim for the 2nd out. And with that said, that's going to be the final batter he faces. Mike Scioscia is headed out to the mound as Banuelos will be lifted here. He goes 2 2/3 innings in relief. So a pitching change coming up. When we get back, we'll see who's going to come in from the Angels bullpen. We're in the 7th inning, and right now it's 4-2 San Diego. A pitching change coming up on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Malley will be taking over in relief for the Angels before he gets ready to work. Let's pause for stations to identify themselves right here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network.
Attendance 7,054.
Terry Smith, Mark Gubasar, our producer engineer is Jorge Sevilla. The Padres had as Wahe scheduled to bat, a left-handed batter, but they're going to pinch hit for him with the Angels bringing in a lefty reliever, and Dusty Coleman will be the batter. And there's a toss over to first base, and Corella is back to the bag safely. Coleman getting adjusted in the batter's box. And the first delivery takes that one for a ball. The count 1 ball, no strikes. So far this spring for the Padres, and 12 at bats. Coleman has 4 hits, including a homer. He is hitting .333, right-handed batter. Next pitch. It's a pop-up, not very deep at all in center field. Coming in is Lamar, who's out there now, and he will make the grab on that one, and that'll end the inning. Malley gets the pinch hitter, and that'll do it for San Diego in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th is next. 4-2. Angels trailing the Padres at the moment on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Number of changes here for the Padres as we go to the Angels half of the 7th inning. They have a new pitcher coming in. He's a left-hander, Jose Torres. And he has worked in 3 games, 3 scoreless innings of relief for the Padres this spring. First batter for the Angels is Lamar. He was batting when Crone was thrown out at second base to end the Angels' 6th inning. So Lamar is right back at it in the batter's box, and the first pitch was a strike on him to count 0-1. Next delivery, he cuts at that one and fouls it back behind the plate.
Terry, how perfect was that? We had a Wally Joyner jersey in the stands and a Wally Joyner sighting in the dugout, talking to Cameron Maben there just a few seconds ago. Perfect
Timing.
Yes, it is.
Yes. All about the execution.
It is the segue.
Rocky Gale is the new catcher now for San Diego. Here's the next pitch from Torres, and that one is inside. Dusty Coleman stays in the game. He is playing second base. Jose Rondon, former Angel farmhand, he is at third base for San Diego. They have Javier Guerra playing at shortstop. Alberth Martinez is now in center as Lamar fouls that one back behind the plate. Nick Chili Buss,
yes,
is the right fielder.
Lots of former Angels on this Padre team.
No doubt. They could have 40% of their starting rotation be former Angels. Weaver and Chacin this year. And here comes the next pitch. This is bounced right back to the new pitcher Torres, and his underhand throw a little bit low, but handled by the first baseman over there. Brett Wallace has gone all the way. They get the out on Lamar. That's out number 1.
Of all those fielding drills so far in spring training, I'm pretty sure that's not the way you designed that. Fielding the ball was done well, but the toss over there, the first base, not as much.
So the next batter for the Angels is Carlos Perez. He's gone all the way behind the plate. 1 for 2 with an RBI so far today. Torres is ready. Here's the lefty's pitch, and that's right in there for a called strike.
Couple of pitching lines. First for Manuelos. 2 2/3 innings. 1 hit.
Torres ready. Here's the 0-1. And that one on Perez. He is taking and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Torres replacing Brad Hand, who ended up giving up a hit in a scoreless inning last inning against the Angels. Here's the next delivery, the 1-1 pitch, and that's off speed and misses high for a ball. They have the infield backed up, and the outfield is straight away. Torres with the next delivery. That's lined into left field, but they're making the grab on it is Rafael Ortega. Hardly had a move, hit pretty much right at him. Ball hit sharply, but the second out, and David Fletcher will be the next batter. Torres, who's pitching, saw a little bit of action last year with San Diego, 4 games, and he had 3 scoreless innings of work. One time was in the Oakland organization. He split time last year, A-ball, AA, AAA, and the big leagues. So he was moving up the ladder all season long, got to the majors last year. There's a pitch in there for strike, 0-1. The Venezuelan Jose Torres, 6'2", 200-pounder for San Diego. Here's the pitch, and that one is cut on and missed.
That's good breaking ball. Fastball first pitch, breaking ball second. Fletcher's had a great game with the glove at second base today. Good for his first base hit of this game.
Here's the next delivery. That's fouled off on the right side, out of play. Mentioned Torres, the pitcher, had some time in the Oakland organization. He came over in a deal from Oakland along with Drew Pomerantz, and as it turned out, Jabari Blash for Yonder Alonso and Mark Zipchinski. That was back in December 2015. So we've seen Blash today. Now we're seeing Torres, and we had alluded to Pomerantz a little bit earlier because he was an all-star last year that they dealt over to Boston, and then they got a pretty good return for him. 0-2 is the count. Fletcher at the plate, third time up, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Angels down by a pair here in the 7th, and the next delivery, that's low and inside.
It's all part of that rebuilding process for San Diego. Having some key chips around that trade deadline where you have clubs that in need of a, whether it's a pitcher or a bat, be able to replenish your farm system.
The 1-2 delivery. Fletcher fouls another one back. Let's see what else is happening in the Cactus League today. Brewers split squad trailing the White Sox 2-0 in the 6th. Indians up on the Giants 4-3. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mariners trailing the Cubs 7-1 in the 6th. The other Brewers split squad trailing the D-backs 6-1 in the 6th inning. Here's the next delivery, and that is taken for a called third strike by Fletcher. Got him right around the knees looking, and the inning is over. So Torres comes in and has a 1-2-3 inning against the Angels in the bottom of the 7th. We're headed to the 8th, and right now 4-2 San Diego on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Here in the 8th inning, the Angels will introduce a new battery, and the new pitcher is Cody Iggy, and the new catcher is Jose Briseño. Those are the changes the Angels make. Iggy replaces Malley, one lefty reliever, taking over for another. Malley got the only batter that he faced, Dusty Coleman, the pinch hitter, to end the Padres 7th. So Iggy is pitcher number 4 of the day for the Angels. Had good pitching in this ball game. Each team with only 4 hits. Padres lead at 4-2 as we go to the 8th, and Albert Martinez is going to be the batter. He came in to take over in center field. This is his first time up today, and he lines the first pitch to left field, but right there waiting is Eric Young Jr. One pitch, 1 out.
You said that quite a bit today, Terry.
Yes.
They've been very aggressive, San Diego Padres hitters. So when you see that as a pitcher, well, you're going to throw a strike a little bit off the outside part of the plate if you can, but try to get that outer part of the plate and get a quick out. Even if it's hit hard, you're still trying to get as quick as outs as you can. You want to get that batter out of the way, that first, second pitch if you can, especially with no one on.
Batter is the left-handed hitting first baseman Brent Wallace. And the first pitch, he takes it for a strike. Iggy ready, and the next delivery, that one is low for a ball. As far as Cody Iggy's spring for the Angels, the left-handed reliever, we've seen him a few times this spring. Here's his next pitch. It's popped up on the left side. That one's going to get back and out of play. Other action today as far as the Cactus League. Under the lights tonight, the Reds will host the Rockies. The Royals will have a night game as they will host the A's. And the Dodgers are going to have a night game entertaining the Rangers. We'll check out the Florida Grapefruit League in just a moment. 1-2 the count on Wallace, and he cuts and misses that pitch. Struck him out. So pretty tough day for Brett Wallace. 4 at bats, 3 of them end up as strikeouts. And now the new catcher Rocky Gale is going to bat for the first time in the ball game.
He did a nice job running that fastball inside on Wallace to get the swing and miss. You get that good sweeping breaking ball, but fastball command very important for him as far as to set up that breaking ball, especially against left-handed batters. You're Mike Scioscia, Charles Nagy, you're looking at Iggy throw. You want to see it. You want to get everybody out, but especially when he faces left-handed batters.
1 ball, no strikes is the count on Gale, and the next pitch, and that is taken for a strike. Twins beat the Marlins today 8-2. Mets split squad lost to the Braves 5-2. Yankees shut out the Phillies 5-0. Cardinals beat the Nationals 7-1. Pirates over the Rays 4-1. Next pitch lined into left. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Gale. His first at bat today. Hit number 5 for San Diego. Rest of the action in the Grapefruit League. Blue Jays over the Tigers 6-2. Mets split squad lost to the Astros 7-6. And that's about it as far as the scores around the majors and spring training action today. And this one, it's 4-2 San Diego in the 8th. Here's Nick Buss at the plate, left-handed batter, and the pitch that's in there for a strike. Buss's first at bat, he's hitting out of Blash's spot. Jabari Blash was 1 for 2 with a home run today, solo shot. Here's the next pitch, and Buss lines that one foul down the right field side.
Well in front of that off-speed pitch.
So 2 strikes to count on Buss.
Those times is a lefty-lefty matchup. We try to do that sweep and break a ball running off the outside part of the plate.
Buss just 2 for 13 this spring with the Padres, and he cuts and misses that one. Really fooled him off speed, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. Good inning for Iggy with a pair of strikeouts here in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th is coming up. Angels trying to get some runs, trailing 4-2 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. couple of changes here for the Padres as the Angels will be batting in just a moment here to start the bottom of the 8th inning. There's a new first baseman, player up from their minor league camp, Fernando Perez. And there is also a new pitcher and kind of a two-way player for the Padres, as Christian Betancourt, who has been a catcher and also does some pitching, is in the pitch. And here's his first delivery. That is a pitch that is taken for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, they could save you a roster spot if you can play a couple different positions like that.
Yeah. And Betancourt has a very good arm. Pitching is relatively new for him. Here's the next delivery. That's fouled back behind the plate. And the count is even. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Eric Young Jr. is the batter. This is his first time up. He's hitting out a Cole Calhoun spot. Cole was 1 for 3 today. And here's the next pitch, and that one is low and inside for a ball.
Well, Angel fans remember a former catcher turned into a relief pitcher. Turned out pretty well when Troy Percival.
Yep.
Now coach at UC Riverside.
Betancourt's next delivery, and that caught the outside part of the plate, and that is a called strike. Bottom of the 8th inning being brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Rotolo Chevrolet, pursuing excellence every day. Visit them at Rotolo.com. That's Rotolo.com. And the next pitch is inside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Betancourt certainly has a good fastball, but command so far not been there for him. That is a firm fastball.
Betancourt, as a batter this spring, has gone 0 for 4. Here's a little chopper hit on the right side of the infield. It's fielded by Coleman. He'll flip to Perez, the new first baseman, and that'll be the first out here in the inning. Ray Navarro will bat. This will be his first time up. And as far as Betancourt, the pitcher here this spring, hasn't really seen a whole lot of action in that role. Here's the pitch, and that one is pitch a little bit up and in for a ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next delivery. That's hit hard but foul. Line back to the seats on the right side. Yet to get the official attendance here today, but as we mentioned, a nice crowd on hand for Angels baseball.
I thought I saw or heard well over 7,000.
All right, just got it as I speak. 7,854. 7,854.
See, as soon as you speak, Terry,
wow,
things happen.
Magical.
Yes.
It's always magic in the booth here, isn't it?
I guess you could say that.
2-1 is the count. We make magic every day here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. And here's the next delivery. That's high and outside. 3-1.
Back-to-back batters now for Betancourt. 3-1 counts.
Navarro at the plate, trying to get something going here. The Angels have 5 more outs to play with to get back in the game. And there's a pitch high on a 3-1, and it is ball 4. So 1 out, 1 on.
Looks like Dustin Ackley going to get in at bat here. He had 5 at bats yesterday in that B game yesterday.
Yeah, that was against some of the members of the Cubs. We'll see how Ackley fares here. First time up with the Angels in a Cactus League game. And the pitch, left-handed batter, takes that one for a called strike. 0-1. Well, the Angels have had 7 comeback wins already this spring, and 3 of them games where the Angels won it in the 9th inning. So maybe we'll head down that path again today. We'll see. Here's the next one on Ackley, and he chops it softly on the right side, fielded by the pitcher, and Betancourt will flip to first to get Ackley on the play. Navarro moves up to second. He's there with 2 outs, and the Angels need a 2-out hit. And it's going to be Cowart who is hitting out a Maben spot as he gets ready for his first at bat today.
That was well played by Betancourt. If that gets by him, that's going to be an infield hit. That over there athletically be able to field it and flip it over the first base quickly. Position player pitching. You can see that.
So Cowart, the switch hitter, bats left-handed. And we'll see if he can deliver. Here's the pitch. He takes that one low and inside. Cowart so far this spring 3 for 17 with 1 run batted in. 6 strikeouts. Betancourt set as he works from the stretch. Checks second, delivers. Cowart fouls it off, and that was real close to where Mike Scioscia is seated. Just outside of the Angels dugout near the on-deck circle. Mike scooping up that foul ball.
Those coaches are awfully close there in that on-deck circle area.
Yep, and no protection.
No.
If something heads their way, that can be dangerous. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count.
Big thing here with Cowart, he's got some pretty good power, especially to how firm that Betancourt throws. He gets one in his zone. That baseball can go a long way for Cowart.
Here comes the next pitch, and he's taking, and that one is in there for a called strike. Betancourt, coming into this game, had pitched in 3 games for the Padres, a total of 2 1/3 innings, and he had not allowed any hits or runs, so he's done a good job. And here's the next pitch. That fastball is high. 2-2 the count.
It'd be very difficult to be able to make contact with that high fastball there if you go after it.
The right-hander is ready. Look at second. And here's the next pitch, and he got him to chase one high. He went after it, struck him out swinging, and the inning is over. So Betancourt, pretty good inning of work here, and done a good job pitching for them so far this spring. We're headed to the 9th as we go there. It's still a 4-2 San Diego lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
From the moment
inning is moments away. The Angels have a new pitcher. They're 5th in the ball game. And coming into work is Drew Gagnon. He replaces Cody Iggy. Iggy worked last inning, gave up a hit, no runs, struck out 2. And now it's Gagnon's turn to try and get the last 3 outs here in the 9th. See if the Angels can come back in the bottom of the inning. So Gagnon is the new pitcher. And he is a right-hander, fastball, good curveball. He'll throw a cutter and a changeup in the Brewers system. The Angels acquired him in December from Milwaukee. And here's his pitch. And that is right in there for strike 1. This is Javier Guerra batting for the first time today for San Diego.
Gagnon did a nice job his last time out against the Cubs here at Tempe, where he gave some length and out of the bullpen 2+ innings.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Guerra is hitting out of Sardinas' number 7 spot. He was 0 for 3 today. And the 1-1 lifted in the air into center field. Lamar is out there waiting on it, and it was hit right at him for the first out. And here is Jose Rondon, former Angel farmhand. Right-handed batter. Here's the pitch, and it's a pop-up foul behind the plate. Going back is the catcher Briseño, but he's going to run out of room. That's backing out of play. Rondon was one of several players that the Angels traded to the Padres when the Angels got Houston Street. The Angels got Street, and you might recall Trevor Gott in that deal. Rondon, along with R.J. Alvarez, Elliot Morris, and Taylor Lindsay all went to San Diego in that deal. It was a 4 for 2. And Rondon taking that one for a ball to count 1-1. He did appear in 8 games last year for San Diego and was just 3 for 25. He played in AA and AAA last year. Venezuelan who recently turned 23 years old. The pitch, he takes that one low and outside.
Well, San Diego, they certainly came out swinging early in counts. They've had some pretty good power swing, a couple home runs in this game. Big difference for San Diego.
There's one that's bounced foul over by the Padres dugout. So the count level, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Angels will have another game against San Diego. That'll be on the 23rd of this month, and the Angels will play them on the road. Here's the next pitch, and there's a cut and a miss, and spinning around chasing that one and missing it is Rondon. A strikeout for Gagnon. 2 are gone here in the 9th.
That's that good breaking ball from Gagnon to get a swing and miss. Good downward action on it. Right-handed batter going against Gagnon, the righty. Starts middle part of the plate. Cuts off the outside corner and off the plate.
Franmil Reyes is the batter. This is his first time up, and he gets one through on the right side. It rolls on out to Flores for a 2-out single. So he didn't waste any time. He was batting for Perella.
It's one thing they've done in this game. They've gotten a number of 2-out hits, including that home run by Sanchez, a 2-out home run in the first. Blast, same thing, 2-out home run.
Yep, all the Padre runs with 2 outs and all supplied via the long ball. So here's Rafael Ortega, who's had 1 at bat today, a strikeout, and here's the pitch. A little flare that's going to fall into center field. That's going to be a 2-out hit. Moving up to second base is Reyes. So Gagnon having a little bit of trouble closing out this inning, and Dusty Coleman will be the next batter.
And we were talking about a lot of those 2-out hits for the Angels yesterday in that game to pull that one off against Cleveland at Goodyear Ballpark.
Coleman, since coming into the game, he's had one at bat with a fly out to center field. Want to remind Angel fans you can register your little angel for the 2017 Junior Angels Kids Club for only $18. Members receive 4 ticket vouchers, a t-shirt, a coupon for a free large pizza, and more. It's presented by Papa John's. You can visit angels.com/juniorangels for more info. First pitch is a pitch that Coleman goes after there for strike 1. Padres have 4 runs, 7 hits. The Angels 2 runs, 4 hits. We're in the top of the 9th, 2 outs. And here's the next one. He tried to get out of the way of that one, checked the swing, and the ball hit the bat. He fouls it off, so it's 0-2. Drew Gagno on the hill for the Angels. SoCal native who went to Long Beach State. Tall right-hander, about 6'4", 195-pounder. He delivers, and this one is a low liner that's caught just above the shoe tops by Fletcher, who's had action his way all day long.
He's been very busy in the field.
And he's made the plays today. He'll make that one. That's the final out. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th. We'll see what happens. Angels have 3 outs to play with, trailing by a pair, 4-2 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. C.J. Cron leads it off for the Angels as we go to the bottom of the 9th, hitting 4-2 San Diego. New pitcher for the Padres is Carlos Fisher, who pitched in AAA last year. And that pitch, it's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Fisher replacing Bethancourt, who ended up pitching 1 hitless and scoreless inning with a walk and a strikeout. Here's the next one from Fisher, and that is taken for a strike. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fisher is a big guy out there on the mound, right-hander. And the 2-strike delivery. That one is low, blocked by the catcher Rocky Gale. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fisher listed at 6'4", 220 pounds. Some action a number of years ago in the big leagues with the Cincinnati Reds. It's a guy who's bounced around in recent years, and the next delivery, that's fouled back just to our right, back and out of play. So the count holding 2 balls, 2 strikes. Last year, Fisher pitched in AAA, as I mentioned, had a 5-7 record, 42 relief appearances, 8 saves, 4.40 ERA. He was not in the Padres system a year ago. Here's a ground ball bounced out behind second. Nice stop by the second baseman, and Dusty Coleman throws out Crone. Boy, that ball was fielded behind the bag. It looked like it had a real good shot to be a base hit, but Coleman showing a lot of range going to his right, stopping that ball and getting enough on the throw to get Crone. He threw that ball from the left side of second base, and he was back near the edge of the outfield grass. That was a very good play. So 1 gone here in the bottom of the 9th. Ramon Flores is the batter, and here's the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Flores hitting out a Jeffrey Marte's spot. Jeffrey was 0 for 1, although he was on base twice today. And the next delivery misses high on Flores. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch, and that's inside. It misses. Carlos Fisher, the reliever here for the Padres, has been pitching professionally since 2005. And the pitch on its way. That's lifted in the air in the left center field. That ball's hit well in left center. It's a gapper. It's going to bounce all the way out to the wall. Flores is going to make a turn and then stop at second. So the Angels will be sending the tying run to the plate. Have a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Batter will be Ryan Lamar. Since coming into the game, he's had 1 at bat, 0 for 1. This Padres reliever Carlos Fisher, some ties to Southern California, born in West Covina, resides in Duarte, and he went to Citrus Community College. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled off by Lamar just outside of the batter's circle. Well, one thing we've seen from the Angels this spring is that they have been fighting and coming back to win games. And they've done it a lot here in this 9th inning. We'll see if they can do it again today. Here's the 0-1. And Lamar fooled on that one. He did not get off a good swing, and he's deep in the hole. It's now 0-2. Right-hander against right-hander. And here's the next pitch. That's grounded out near the shortstop, but it's gobbled up by Guerra. His throw is right on the money. On the play, Flores moves over to third. 6-3 ground out, retires Lamar. The Angels have 1 out remaining here to try and stay alive, and Sherman Johnson is going to be the batter for the Angels. He's hitting out a Carlos Perez's number 8 spot. Briseño had since come in to replace Perez, so we'll see what Sherm Johnson can do. Left-handed hitter, and here's the pitch, and that's right in there for a called strike. Seventh pitcher of the day for San Diego, the reliever Fisher's next pitch, and that is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels continue Cactus League play tomorrow at Camelback Ranch to take on the Dodgers. And here's the 1-1. That's high. 2-1. Mark Gubasaw is headed downstairs. He'll join us right after the ball game wraps up. Post-game interview. And here's the pitch that's fouled back behind the plate. So Sherman Johnson has the count go 2-2. The Angels are down to their final strike. Johnson's had just 2 hits, 12 at bats this spring, no runs batted in. Here comes the 2-strike delivery. That's low. And the count's full, 3-2. So we'll see what gives on the payoff. Here it comes, and he takes it. It caught the inside corner, struck him out looking, and that's how the ball game will end. So the Angels drop it today here to the Padres by the final score of 4-2. Angels bats pretty quiet today, just 5 hits in this ball game against the 7 San Diego pitchers. So Angels Cactus League record now 9-4, and the Padres record gets closer to the 500 mark. They have a record of 6-7. Over 7,800 on hand today. The time of the ball game was 2 hours and 39 minutes. So we were moving along today here at Tepe Diablo Stadium. Mark Gubicza will be chatting with Angels manager Mike Scioscia in just a moment. In the final score today, 4-2 in favor of the Padres. Let's go down to Mark and Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Well, thanks, Terry. Scioscia, by the way, Albert Pujols back in there. How good did that feel, first and foremost, for him being back in the lineup today?
It's great to get him back in there, Gooby. His workouts have been great this week. Obviously, like anybody in spring training, you have to get some time and get the plate. So we'll get Albert in there every other day for a while until he gets some stamina, and then hopefully get him ready for the start of the season.
Yeah, you mentioned that timing. What did you see as far as his timing? Is just be able to read some, the spin of the baseball for the first time in live pitching?
It's a different animal when you're in there for the box, in the box for the first time. You can take live BP. You can do a lot of different things, but when you get into a game and guys are starting to spin the ball and hit their spots, and pitchers are a little ahead of him right now because they've been throwing probably their 3rd or 4th outing by now, and so he's he's gonna have to work to catch up, but he will.
What'd you like about J.C. Ramirez today as far as his stuff?
Yeah, in between 2 fastballs that he missed some spots with, he was terrific. Really spun the ball well, good slider, good curveball, threw the ball hard, and again, the first inning he just hit Sanchez's swing and 3-run home run, and then Blash hit the ball out to left center, and that was it. But in between those 2 fastballs that he missed, he really pitched well.
I appreciate it, Scioscia. Thanks for the time.
All right, good.
All right, Terry, back to you. Again, Albert Pujols, big story today, getting back in the action. That's what you want to see, with a lot of smiles down here.
Absolutely. 3 at-bats as it turned out for Albert. He was 0 for 2 with a walk as the Angels drop it here today to the Padres. Want to remind our Angel fans that are tuned in on Fox Sports West and also on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Mark Gubicza along with Alex Curry will have more coverage for you coming up on the TV side. They'll have a lot more game analysis on Angels Live. We'll have some more for you on the radio side as well. I want to say goodbye to those tuned in on Fox Sports San Diego today. Again, the final, it was 4-2 Padres over the Angels. This is the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.